What's up, crew? How are we today? Good. Nice. All right, good weather. Hopefully you utilised it today. Oh, you're at school. Most of you are at school, hey? That's cool. Are we still liking it? Hopefully. Who prefers school from home? Anyone? A few of you. No worries, Ali. Thanks for letting me know. All right, let's do this. So this is last week of this training cycle, I believe. So we'll quickly go through what we've been doing, but hopefully we all are kind of on top of these now. So prep we'll do together as always. We'll do our sissy squats, so the ones where we're pushing our knees right forward. So your goal today, if they have been feeling pretty good, will be to increase the range that you're going. So you're trying to go a little bit further. So if you've been using a marker, then you want to try and make your marker a bit smaller or closer to the ground. If you haven't been using a marker, it'll just be a bit by eye, a bit by feel, by trying to go a little bit closer towards the ground, okay? And then we'll do our decline push-ups. So same rep range, 8 to 15, with the 5 to 10 second hold on the last rep. So the way you want to overload this one is being on the same decline or same foot elevation, but increasing the number of reps you do, or holding the bottom position for a little bit longer if you haven't been quite going to that 10 seconds. So there's a couple ways you can increase that. You'll need your partner again, so 3 sets again this week of our Nordic, so doing 3 to 5 reps, trying to control that down as slow as you possibly can. So do the same number of reps you've been doing, but try and make this downward portion a little bit slower and a little bit controlled for a little bit further, okay? We'll then do our dumbbell or banded bent over row complex. So remember, we'll do 4 reps on each side of our alternating, 4 reps of our top half, and then 4 reps full range. Then we do our little trio. So we'll do our single leg calf raise, our Russian twist, and our bent knee Copenhagen side plank. And finish with the Metcon. So Metcon again doesn't change this week. We want to try and get used to these movements. Now we're at week 3, we should be used to these movements together, so you can start to push the intensity a little bit more, okay? So these Metcons don't always have to change every single week. The idea is week 1, you kind of get used to doing these movements together, and then the next few weeks or next couple of weeks after that, you try and build on the intensity or the consistency of it, okay? So it doesn't always have to be different, cool? As always, are there any questions before we get into it? No? All right. No one has any little niggles or anything we need to know about? Cool. All right, we're going to start with our Japanese and our toe sits. So find your position on the ground, toes pointed behind you, and then just sitting back onto your heels, okay? So remember, to make this one a bit harder, if you need to, you just lean back into it, your weight right back. This is actually the best this one's felt for me. I can never hold this position for this long, this far back. Don't know what changed, but I'll take it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so staying in our similar position, but now we come up and we pull our toes underneath our body, underneath our feet, and then sitting back. So if you're not in socks or bare feet, get into that now, because you can pretty much do this whole thing except for maybe the last part. I've been doing the last part with no shoes on, but I'm on a pretty soft surface. So it's up to you with that, but you can definitely do everything but the Metcon with no shoes on. So get them off. Good for your feet. All right, let's move into our hurdle over and unders. So stepping up over your hurdle, trying to find the whole corner of the hip. So you don't just do a little one, you try and find the corner of the hip, and then you step underneath. Try and do a combination of getting nice and low with your legs and also just dipping under through your back today. So rather than just dipping under your back or staying super upright, we're doing a combo. So we'll go there and back 4 times. I'm just going to do a couple because I've got something up on my screen that I need to get rid of. So once we do this one, we'll be into our couch stretch. So if you haven't got something to raise your back leg up onto, just do it flat. Otherwise, get that back foot raised up, knee down, hand behind your head, and then reach to the side so your elbow comes up to the roof. You should feel that big stretch come all the way down that side. So hold this for a good 30 seconds today. Switching sides. Bet all you tennis athletes are happy that you can get back on court, play against other people. Basketballs would probably still have a little bit of way to go, right? But you can probably work one-on-one with a coach outside, or 2-on-1 with a coach outside. So maybe you can reach out to your coach to see if they're doing that. Meet at an outdoor court somewhere. Get some extra skills work done, a little bit more than the Zoom stuff, depending on how it's going. Oh, rest. All right, back bridge. So remembering with our back bridge, the harder version is starting on your back with your hands over the top, and then you're pushing your bum up to the roof. But if that one is a little bit too much, then you start upright with your fingers facing away, and then you push your bum up that way instead. So after you're doing this one, so I'm going to stay with it to see if it feels any better, which it does actually. There's much stress through my elbows, which is good. So I'm going to hold on for about 15 seconds today. Once you've done 15 second hold, come back down, rest for about 5 seconds, and then go back up for 15 seconds. Ooh. Nice. All right, the infamous Gota walk. So if you have been working on the spot for this one, okay, in our Wednesday session we've been doing on the spot, I think Mike's been getting you guys to walk. So depending on which one feels like the right level for you. So remember, we're starting with our toes forward, and as you come up, you rotate so your back heel comes out. Okay, so back heel comes out as you stand up. If that feels good, then start doing the walk, which I might try today. Feels a little bit funny and uncoordinated, but it's just because it's new for me. I find the smaller the steps are, just doing it now, the little bit better it feels in terms of the coordination. So it's just like your heel gets to in line with your toe on the other side versus taking a huge step to make it feel better. If you're walking, we're trying to get about 10 to 20 meters. You get about 12 reps on each side if you're not walking. Once you've done that, we'll do our 90-degree turns. So standing on one leg, twisting from the ball of the foot, getting balanced, coming back, getting balanced. We'll do 8 reps on each side. There and back is 1 rep, okay? So remember, this is not a jump, it's a rotation. So your foot, ball of your short foot should stay in contact with the ground the whole time. That's where the rotation comes from. Oh, I lost it. Ooh. Alrighty, we have our single leg knee extension planks. So starting on all fours, knees come just off the ground, take one leg off, and then straighten that leg, push up, knee comes back down to the ground, straighten the leg, squeeze your quads at the front of your thigh as hard as you can. We're doing 8 reps on each side. Oh, it's gonna be one of my favorite exercises. Heaps of stuff in that. Shoulder stability, core and midline stability, strength through your quads, flexibility through your hamstrings. It's got everything. All right, bird dogs, and then we'll get into this. Should know what these ones are now. We've done them for 6 weeks in a row now. Okay, so extend, pause, alternate. If you want to make this one a bit harder, rather than your hand going overhead, bring your hand out to the side. Just changes up the coordination a little bit, makes you think a little bit more. Oh. Alrighty, let's get into this. So we crushed this last week and made some really good time. So we're going to try and do exactly the same thing. So we're going to do our sissy squat and our decline push-up. Okay, so just a short refresher while you're getting things ready. Our sissy squat, hands in front, push your knees forward, lean back, come down as low as you can, and then stand up. Heels can come back to the ground at the top. So touch your knees on something if you can. Today I'm going to not do that so I can try and get a little bit further, okay? If you haven't been using that, remember just try and go a little bit lower based on how your balance feels. And then our decline push up. So have your feet elevated, come down so your nose taps the ground, and then come back up. And then on the last rep that you do, you're holding that bottom position. Okay, and you can push yourself up, or if you can't, just push your knee down like that. Is the easiest way to get out of it. Cool. Remember, if you're not quite ready for that, you're either doing the same thing but you're just flat on the ground, or you're spinning around and your hands are up on the box instead. Okay, to make it a little bit easier. So we do 8 sissy squats, and then anywhere between 8 and 15 push-ups. Okay? Yell out now if you have a question, or type it in. I see one notification on this. Cool. All right. Let's do this. 8 sissy squats. Remember, your heels come off the ground as your knees go forward and then come back to the ground at the top. Whew. A little bit more of a challenge with no marker. Whew. Should do a little run out of that one. Nice, team. All right, take a short rest. I'll get my master chair, me sitting down on this next one to watch. So about 20 seconds before we go again. And if you want me to have a look at any of your movements, make sure that your camera's on and you're in a position that I can actually see you. Alrighty, when you're ready, let's go. Nice job, team. Nice range, Dine squad. Job caught. Just try and get all the way down so your nose taps the ground. A little bit extra range makes that a little bit harder. Nice, strong hold, strong hold. Yeah, Mads. Good stuff, team. Our push-ups are definitely getting stronger from when we first did them in that block. Been doing this for a few blocks in a row. Maybe 9 weeks ago is when we started these. So huge improvements into a harder movement now, and you guys are doing similar amount of reps. So nice job. Everyone's hand position is in the right spot now as well. We haven't got any of these ones, which is nice. All right, so we have one more set of these 2 exercises before we move on. Still got about 20 seconds before we go again. So I'll jump in on this one again with you, see if I can get a little bit lower. We'll try and compete with the Dines team. Jackson and Taylor got some good range on their sissy squats. See how we go. All right, ready? Let's do it. Oh, I think my technique was better there. That was harder. Woo. Try not to rush through the push-ups. Let's go, Courtney. Nice, team. All right, good stuff. All right, so you need your partner here for our Nordic hamstring curls. So grab your helper, and we've got our dumbbell bent over row complex. So this is where you need your weights or your band if you have a band available to help. All right, so remember with your Nordics, foam roller, if you have one, so that your starting position is like this. Nick, can I borrow you for a sec? I have a helper today. How good's that for the first time in 3 weeks? So Nick's going to help me just demo, but I won't do the full exercise or sets and reps. So the big thing, this might be for the helpers more than for the person. When you're pressing down, as I come out, Nick's going to kind of put his weight over the top of me a little bit so that I can really push against him as I do it, okay? If he's leaning back, he's not going to be able to get much pressure on my, on here, my calf, so it's going to be harder for me to pull up against, okay? So just again, I'm pulling into him, controlled, have my hands ready, all the way down, and then reset myself at the top, okay? Thank you. Go Nick, yeah! So anywhere between 3 and 5 reps. Remember, if you haven't got someone to help, then don't stress, because you're going to be doing, hopefully if you've got some weight, if you have some weight, you're going to do a slightly bent knee, hold, so weight on the hips if you've got it. If you don't worry. You're going to push your bum up and hold that position, okay, for 45 seconds. You have to count that, okay? Our second exercise is our complex. So we're going alternating, 4 reps on each side. Come up, top half reps, 4 reps, and then all the way up, all the way down for 4 reps, okay? And if you've got your band, you just step into your band and you hold on to it and you do the same thing, okay? All right, let's do this. I'm going to watch your Nordics. Let's see how we go. Slash holds if you haven't got a partner. Good, Lily. Oh, Abby, you got the dog helping as well. How good's that? You good, T-Money? Of course you did. All right, so with those rows, I want you to pause at the top for me today, every time. So you're really just slowing that movement down. Push your bum back a bit more, Lil. There you go. So Ali, when you do your rows, I just want you to, rather than pulling and keeping your hands close together, I want you to pull and try and get them away from each other, okay? There you go, nice. All right, 15 seconds and we go again. So on the second set, it's usually a little bit better than on the Nordics because your body knows what's coming. So make sure you try and slow it down a little bit more and you really grip on. Push your heels up into your partner. All right, when you're ready, off you go. Good. Nice, Ali. Good, Taylor. Nice, Lily. Job, T. Yeah, Abby. Nice, Jackson. All right, so remember to pause on your rows, yeah? Pause on your rows. Take your time. The more time you're in these ones, the more you can build the strength. So push your bum back, Ali. So you want to be in that position where you're like that. That's it. So Abby, on your rows for the next one, so this is your body and this is your hip, you were kind of like this. I want you to try and be like that. So you're really over the top. All right, 15 to 20 seconds before we go again. I'll jump in this one and just do the hold and then do the row complex. So if you haven't got a partner, you're doing the hold, I'll time it as well. So if you don't want to have to worry about counting, then you can go with me. Up to you. All right, ready? I'm starting my hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Pushing your bum up as high as you can, trying to dig your heels into the ground. All right, everyone that's doing the Nordics, push up against your partner, make them work hard to push you down. So you're going to feel it more through your hamstrings. "15 seconds if you're on the holds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, show me the good pauses and the good positions. If you don't know where you should be, look at me in terms of the position you should be in. All right, nice job. 3 exercises now. Big day. Single leg calf raise, 12 reps each side. Russian twist, 12 reps each side. Bent knee Copenhagen side plank, 20 seconds on each side. Remember, Copenhagen side plank. Leg up on the box. Straight line first. So your knee, your hip, and your shoulder are in one line. You know you're not in the right position if your knee goes straight through to your shoulder, but your bum's way behind you. All right, so get your bum forward, make sure it's in one line. Once you're there, then lift the bottom leg up off the ground, okay? And then you're gonna hold that, count to 20 in your head, and then flip around and do the other side, okay? The other ones we should know, so we've got our Russian twist, where you're going from side to side. You can hold your weight, or you can do it with your hands tapping the ground. That'll be 12 on each side. And then we've got our single leg calf raise. So hold on to something all the way up, all the way down, nice and smooth with a pause at the top. Okay, you can hold a weight, and if you're holding the weight, you're holding in the same hand of the working leg, okay? Same hand of the working leg. So we're not gonna rest like we've been doing for this one at the back end. So you're gonna move through it. That doesn't mean rushing through it as always. We're just gonna move through it, but we won't rest at the back end. So start with your calf raise, then move to your Russian twist, and then do your Copenhagen side plank, and then you'll move straight back to your calf raise again, okay? Let's do set number 1. So all the way up, little pause, control it back down, and repeat. All the burners today. All right, from calf raise into your Russian twist. 24, so 12 each side. And then your Copenhagen side plank. So remember, set yourself up first, leave the other leg on the ground, or you get your body in line. Once you're in line, then you lift that leg up and then count to 20. Alright, straight back to the calf raises once you're ready. Don't forget to pause at the top of your calf raise. If you want to really try and make that Russian twist harder, try and keep your legs straight. Changes the game on that exercise. All right, you guys have one more set. I'm gonna watch the last one. Nice, Ali. Heaps better than the first week I saw you do those. Yeah, the Russian twists. Good crew. Loving these side planks. Just drive your hips up to the roof. Nice work, team. All right, so we have got our little conditioning piece to do now. Okay, so we have 4 exercises and we're working for 8 minutes and every exercise is 8 reps. Yeah, trying to keep that simple so you don't have to worry about thinking during this conditioning piece. So we have 8 burpees, 8 V-ups, 8 jump squats, and 8 renegade rows. So, just a refresher on all the movements. Burpee, chest to ground, jump up, land with your feet flat, little jump. That's the number 1 key that I want you to do today. With the burpee, land with your feet flat. Okay? The only way for that to happen is for your feet to land a little bit wider than your hands. Okay, if they land narrower, you end up like this. So your heel's off the ground, and that's just a lot of pressure that goes through your knees. So you want to land wide and flat instead. Okay, V-sits or V-ups. Mat. Meet in the middle, tap your toes or your ankles, or bend your knees and tap your heels. But remembering we're trying to get our whole body up off the ground, so it's just our bum that's on the ground at the top. Then we do our jump squats. So a little bit of air under our feet as we jump. Okay, and then we move into our renegade rows. Okay, rowing like so. Or to make it a little bit harder, you can raise your arm up overhead instead. Okay, so remember that one is 8 in total, not 8 on each side. So it'll be 4 on each side. Cool. What do you mean by use the rows? You mean use the dumbbells? T earlier. All right, can everyone just do a couple of reps of each movement before we start? So you are warm, and then we'll get into it. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Talia. Yes, you can. It clicked. Does anyone remember what they got last time? How many rounds they got last time? Sweet. 3. Taylor, I reckon you can beat that. 5, Jackson, nice. All right, so your goal is to try and get more than last time. So we've kind of just been trying to work on being consistent throughout. Today, I want you to start here, but by the end of it, I want you to finish up here. So you're trying to go at a pace at the end where you don't think that you could do that pace again for another round. Okay, so you're trying to finish almost as fast as you possibly can at the end. So that might be the last minute, okay? So the 7 to 8 minute mark where we're trying to go really hard and get as many reps we can in, okay? If we start at that pace, it means we'll drop off quite quickly, but we want to try and start at our consistent pace and then slowly build towards the end of it, okay? And then hopefully you'll get more rounds than what you did last time, okay? All right, burpee, V-up, jump squat, Renegade row, that's our order. Remember, 8 reps of everything. Ready. So find your starting positions. I'm going to count you in from 5, and then we're going to get into it. One question quickly before I... 8 minutes, Ali. 8 minutes. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, start consistent, then get faster. Don't go out of the gates at a sprint to start with. Already 2.5 down. Let's go. So on your V-ups, make sure your heels and hands come back to the ground every time. V-ups are the one thing that gets slower. Everything else is good. Halfway, team. Go crew, get it. Come on, you got 2.5 minutes to go. Keep pushing yourselves. Stay moving. Less than 2 minutes. Last minute, let's go. Push it, push it, push it. Come on, finish it off, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thirty seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Yes. Yes, team. Whew. Yeah, the heart and lungs. Breathing hard. Whew. Good job. Take a little rest. Get your breath back. Walk around if you can. Get a drink. It is warm. All right, wherever you are, I want you to take 10 really deep breaths for me. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Try and breathe into your stomach. So you can be standing, you can be lying, wherever feels good. In through the nose, out through the mouth, as much air as you can get in and out. All right, nice job, crew. So I find that breathing helps me just get my heart rate back down, gets my breathing back to normal by the end of the 10. So that's a good way if you're tired during a match or during training or something. Just take some time to get a few deep breaths in, get your body under control again It's not out of control. You're under control. And you're good to go again. All right, nice work, team. Enjoy the rest of the week. I don't know, have we got any Tigers supporters here? Oh! Any Geelong supporters? Nah. Well, I'm not sure who I'm going for yet. One of the boys said, who goes for Richmond, said that he will get his hair cut like Dustin Martin's if they win. So I kind of want to see that happen, so maybe Richmond. But my brother goes for Geelong, so it's like, I don't know yet. It'll be a last minute decision. Well, enjoy grand final week. I'm going to assume everything's the same on Friday for a session, even though it's a public holiday. I'm not sure if Mike has told you guys or anything, but either way, think like it's 4:30. If it's not, we'll be in contact before then anyway, but just treat it as it's going to be 4:30. Cool? All right, have a good week. Catch you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
See ya.